Hey everyone, welcome back to another Anime Kingdom reviews. You can see by the title below, this is on episode 9 of Alderamin on the Sky. And yes, I know, this was quite late. I had a whole bunch of problems with internet and everything. I did not have internet for till finally up to before I made this video, and I was like, finally I can upload the video. But yeah, sorry once again guys, but yeah, here is the video, here's my review. Pretty much how I feel about this episode. It was a pretty interesting episode, to be honest. Lots of intense moments, another death, obviously. The last episode I was really kind of heartbroken because of the death. I didn't expect her to die. I expected her to die. There was a lot of flags pointing to her dying, but I didn't want to believe that it would happen, to which of course it ends up happening. And guess what? This episode we have another death with Daikun. His character overall, we didn't really delve a lot into it, but he was still an interesting character, to say the least. I did like this episode with his idea of honor, Ita's idea of honor being different as well, but they're still both knights, so in the end you do see them fighting together at the very end, to which of course we do end up seeing Daikun end up dying. So this episode pretty much mostly is another showing of the ugliness of war, the truth of what war is, and showing how the villagers, they capture them, burn down their homes, and bring them to a refugee camp. Ita's trying to be nice and everything, trying to tell them where to go and all this kind of stuff, to which this kid comes out running, crying, and starts to mess with Ita. So Ita tries to flick him, a normal little flick, to which normally you're not going to make a kid's nose bleed by that, but he does end up doing that. Kid's bleeding on the ground, crying. You know what that means? That probably going to mean that there's going to be some unrest between all the villagers. Might start a clash where they start fighting or something, or not following orders, listening to Ita. So of course, good old gigantic Daikun comes, just knocks him in his face, swollen and everything. But of course Ita realizes and understands why he did that. Suya didn't really at first, but it was more because she thinks of what everything's been going on, and how seeing how ugly war is, and seeing that lucky for them, with what's his name, the captain, pretty much telling them that they're not going to kill him and everything, unlike the other ways. Probably they ended up killing everyone because of Lieutenant General Safita's orders. So Suya is kind of stuck in between kindness and stuck in between what they should be doing, because this is war, and she doesn't think it's right that he should be punched because of that whole thing. And I get why Daikun did that, but it just sucked because he didn't do that on purpose. He didn't mean to make the kid bleed, but it is understandable why it happened. But it was interesting to see how Suya, from way before, she was like, oh, you banged my mom, and she hates him, to the point where now she's crying for him. She honestly will follow him to the ends of the earth, kind of thing. That kind of leader kind of thing. I don't know about the ends of the earth, but she's obviously cares about him as well now, after everything that has gone by in the past episodes and everything. But overall, after that event, we have a little bit of comedy, luckily. I was wondering if we'd have any, after all the kind of seriousness, we got someone dying in the beginning of the end of last episode, to of course this morbid showing of these villagers being pushed out of their homes, to seeing Ita getting punched in the face. And then of course we get a little light, calmer mood with pretty much, at first I thought we were going to get fan service, not going to lie. I don't know if I'm happy or sad that we didn't. Happy because, we can focus on the main, kind of story that's going in. But sad because, it'd be nice to see some fan service of them, not going to lie. Everyone loves fan service. Don't even lie. You're probably like, oh no, we don't need no damn fan service. But you're pretty much probably like, oh, I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit of Yotori. But yeah, pretty much, especially considering what happened during this part, is pretty much Matthew's like, oh, talking to Ita, what do you do to solve your needs? Your needs, like, Matthew, go find a corner and just yeah. But overall, Ita comes up with this thing of there's two different types of people. There's heroes that goes through bonds and stuff, so I'm guessing a guy who goes with his, other people there, and then there's a solitude soldier that does it on his own kind of thing. Torway gets all embarrassed. Matthew accuses Ita of probably having sex with every single person there practically. And then of course we even have the captain coming around saying, oh, I was a hero. And then Matthew tries to run away thinking, oh, I guess that's it. No, Matthew, No, if you ask the question, what are you? To which he's like, I'm a solitude warrior, pay your respects. And everyone in the dang camp, in the tent, is like, yes, sir. And it's just like, what the hell? It's so random after, seriousness that we had at the beginning. And it's funny, too, because seriousness, funny, kind of lightheartedness, and then we go back to seriousness with the war in the next part. So it was pretty interesting to see how the dynamic of them pretty much letting you see, kind of more serious tone, and then like letting you like lighten up a little bit, and then guess what? Battle coming in. Guess what? Daikun dying because he thinks that he sees these hooded guys, thinks they're normal guys that were coming down. He was honestly just slashing them, blasting them all over the place with his gigantic sword. So I don't see why he would end up being scared of these new guys. But also these hooded guys are not the same. So he ends up trying to, like, the guy takes a gun out. He's like, I can block it with my sword. And then all of a sudden the other guy comes up and just slashes him in the neck or something like that. I don't know. Ends up, pretty much bleeding to death on the ground. It sucks. It's sad. But that is, once again, another death. I'm wondering if there's going to be like a death in every episode now. To which, of course, they're not going to end up showing the main character's dying. Which, in my opinion, it's kind of weird because we still haven't really delved more into the, other characters. Like, I'm still not feeling that attached to all the characters except Ita. And then, of course, maybe a little bit of Yutori as well. But the other characters, I'm not really feeling it. Like, we haven't really had any character development for the other characters for us to feel if their death would be important. So it's weird that they're killing off all these other people. But I guess if you killed off one of the main characters, we'd just be like, oh my gosh, that sucks, that's sad. But we don't really, what's it called? Like, aren't really attached to them, so it wouldn't really affect us any differently than these other people have affected us, kind of thing, so I could definitely understand a little bit of that, though I'm really hoping they do have more character development. But on the way this anime is going, there's only 12 episodes in the season, I think. Let me check for sure. 13 episodes in the season, actually. 13 episodes in the season. We're already on episode 9, so I'm not too sure what. It's probably going to be all action kind of things in these next episode, bloody war battles from the next episodes onwards. So I'm guessing we're not going to get character development, but hopefully it does get more interesting, more. I don't know. It's just hard for me to get used to all these characters. I love Ita. Yutori's pretty interesting as well, as we've seen more character development with her. But for the rest of the main character cast, we haven't really seen much. But overall, yeah, this episode, other than Daikun dying, we did see the battle with Yutori versus Daru, I think her name was, the chiefess of the leader of the tribe, the Synax. And pretty much it was a pretty damn crazy fight, I gotta admit. Dang, Daru over there with her dang jumping on her sword, slashing all around like a crazy person. Like, whoa, how the hell are you supposed to fight against that? But of course, Yutori is a badass, able to take her out, able to know that she had a spirit on her back trying to shoot her. Stabs the spirit. I thought the thing was dead. No, not dead, I guess just hurt. And then it kills itself to let her get away, to which she ends up getting away thinking, we're going to come back. I'm going to come back and fight harder. To which she comes back to her village to see her grandparents and parents or whatever, her family. And guess what? Sucks. But her village is gone. It's burned down. Damn, that's got to suck. So the next episode is probably really bloody because she's probably going to think it probably is the, the other army, the other sides that did it. So she's probably going to get madder, and the next battle is probably just going to be an all-out blood fest. To which, of course, I forgot to mention that we do see those hooded guys. They are part of this group. Their main objective was to kill Lieutenant General Safita, to which, honestly, kill him. I hate that guy already. I really don't like him at all, and I wouldn't care if he died. Though, I don't know what their objective is. That's the only reason. They're bad, obviously, so I don't want them to kill him because it's probably going to make it worse for the rest of our characters. But I want him to die just because, holy crap, he's an idiot, He's stupid, thinks all this kind of stuff. Like, it makes sense that, like, after seeing his plan, I was like, are you stupid? Even Ita made it. Even all of them were like, this plan is not smart. In the end, they lost so many people, But it makes sense why, obviously, someone already mentioned why these people, the commanders are stupid. This is the North. They don't really have that any wars because of the mountains before. And pretty much they're just there. The military is just there to, pretty much be a showing to the Synax that, do not mess up. We're here kind of thing. Keep them in line. And after what's his name ended up dying, no one's really there to talk to command. and all you have is these guys, that these commanders that probably got to where they are because they're like nobles and stuff, and that's how they got to this position. That is why they're stupid, not because of their strategic brilliance. And yeah, that's why everything goes like that. I am sad that I want to see more of Ita. The big main thing I loved about him and this kind of series was he's known as the invincible lazy general, and he's supposed to be smart, strategical, and tactical mindset. I wanted to see more of that kind of like commanding armies kind of thing. We see a little bit here and there, but not as much. These one-on-one battles are pretty cool and all, but I would love to see more of Ita taking command of his whole group, doing some crazy shit that the enemy wouldn't think of, and end up winning kind of thing. Honestly, in my opinion, that would be pretty damn cool. Hopefully we do get that scene more in the future, but I don't know, we're just gonna have to wait to see for that. But yeah, that's all I really got to say, guys. Hope you enjoyed this Anime Kingdom review. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If there's anything I missed and you want to talk about, comment below as well. And if you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe for more content. And yeah, that's all I got to say, guys. So until next time, see ya.